Hi, so today we're going to talk about how you can start communicating with your own spirit guides and some easy ways you can actually start doing this and why it is so helpful for you to do that as well. So first of all, hi, I'm Deborah and this is my channel Energy of Everything, where we discuss all witchy kind of stuff and spiritual stuff and spirit guides and all stuff that's esoteric. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and also subscribe as well, so that if you want to hear more spiritual stuff and witchy stuff and all the stuff that never really gets discussed, the fun stuff here, you can get more videos on it. And if you hit the notification button, then you will also get notifications when I let a new one come out. I usually do it twice a week, sometimes more. So guys, how do you connect to them? How do you connect to those guides? And on your spiritual journey, this would be like the first step that you really want to take. And I would honestly say, first step, guys, is to just acknowledge that they are there. Yes, we are now in this space. You're watching me on this camera. I'm in this room. And yeah, they are with me in the room. And I have a technique of knowing how they come and how they are with me. There is something that I look for. I'm going to tell you what it is that I look for, so stick around. Okay, maybe you can do the same thing as well. And then you know when you hear that, because it's the sound that I hear, you need to be careful. You need to listen. You could even be having it already. So let's see. So acknowledging that they're there. Right now I know you are watching this video, and I know in the room that you are in, because we are discussing them, they are with you as well. Yes, you are not alone in the room. Even if you are with other people, but you're not alone either. You are with them. Once somebody starts talking about spirit guides or ancestors or angels or anything, they will immediately be in your presence, because this is what they want. Because they want this communication to open between yourself and them. They're trying to make that pathway open. It is for your own spiritual growth on this earth plane, and it is also for their spiritual growth as well. This is not a one-sided thing. They're not just working for you. You are basically in a relationship, and all relationships grow on both sides. So when you spiritually grow, you connect with them. They are in the place of also growing as well. It's a beautiful thing. So one of the first things you can actually do, please, is meditation, guys. I know meditation, sometimes people go, meditation. But if you are meditating already, keep doing it. And do it with a purpose. Like when you go into meditation, be like, let me connect to my guides. Let them send me some advice. Even if you don't get the advice during meditation, you might actually receive the advice after you slept and wake up, and you just come up with these thoughts that you never thought of before. Or even the course of the day, a couple of hours later or a day or so later, you might have profound thoughts that you've never even thought of before. And this is how they actually do the communication. Another way is to actually just talk to them. Yeah, it's actually common sense. I'm talking to you. You just need to physically talk to them. Try to do it when you're alone. I mean, we're all kind of weird, and people think we're weird already. So, I don't care. Okay, I do. And they just go, oh, yeah, okay, mommy's talking to the people again. It's like, fine, whatever, okay. My kids know I'm weird. So, just talk to them, guys. And just be like, I know when I started talking to them, I was like, you usually talk to them when you're really sad as well, like when you're down. I would be like, is there anyone here? Am I alone in these four walls? Are you here? And you just don't even know. But just that thing, and you even feel silly doing it. But if you actually start that open communication, it is what opens the door. They cannot open the door. You have to be the one to open the door. They cannot interfere in your evolution. You have to be the one. You have to be the one that goes, hi, I'm acknowledging that you are here. Guys, we are talking about you today. Okay. So they know we're talking about them. So that is what you do. You just communicate with them. And a lot of people come out there and say, you know what, show me a sign. And I'm like, you're going to be waiting for a sign, and that's not how it works. You need to talk to them, and you need to let it go and go on with your life. Because I always say, surprise me. And they usually do. It'll be something that happens to you, like you'll be going on your day, and all of a sudden something happens that just makes you go, stop and pause and be like, oh, are you kidding with me? Did that just happen? And that is how they kind of like show you things. So I don't ask for something specific. I'll ask for something that's going to make me stop and go, okay, that's weird. And that would usually be them communicating and showing you some little things that seem out of place in our everyday existence. And that is how communication starts. A lot of other people as well do see, it depends on you, because we all have a specific spiritual talent. So some people will actually see maybe flashes of light or little movements in the corner of their eye, or even light changes. And if you do see that, it can also be them as well. So especially little pinpricks of light or little flash of light, like it was like something pinprick. And then you can even acknowledge when you do experience these things, always acknowledge that you've experienced it. If you're with a group of people, don't go up and say, hey, I saw you, spirit guides, and people are going to be like, okay, don't do that. But in your mind, you can be like, I acknowledge you. And when you're finally alone, and be like, you know, I saw that flash of light. I knew that you were there with me. Thank you. Communication, and this is how we build a relationship, guys. If you're dating someone or you're married to someone, communication. There is no communication, the relationship is stopping dead. And it's the same with spirit guides. You need to develop a relationship. They will find ways, once you verbally start speaking to them, to communicate back with you. Another thing that you can do as well is learn to tune your ears in. Aha, okay, now we're getting to it. Tuning your ears in, it's something that you can do at any time in the room that you're in. I like to do it outside because I like to have this like outside physical thing going on. Close your eyes, be outside and listen. You know, if you're in the middle of the city or wherever you are, if you're out there, you're living more in a rural area, there are sounds happening outside. There are animals making noises, there are dogs barking, there's people talking. I'm in a city, so it's noisy. There is cars, and listen so carefully at every single sound and try to differentiate between each sound. There's a dog barking, he's in this direction. I don't know north and south, guys. Okay, I'm just going this way. Okay, and then there's a person talking, I think somewhere behind me. Do that and actually listen to how far you can hear things, and you will be surprised. You can hear things really far. Your ears are actually more powerful than we think. We're just getting to this place in our modern world where we block out sound. We block out the everyday sounds of the fridge running and the clock ticking, and because you know we need to be at peace. But when you want to hear spirit guides, it's really good to take time to actually open up your ears again and listen, because that is also going to be able to help you to differentiate between my own voice and their voice. And there is an actual way of doing that. You will actually begin to know, okay, this is my voice, this is me speaking right now. And then you will be able to get the information that comes through that is not always your voice. It may sound in a different tone or a different level. Then you know that it is their voice and not your voice. And this takes practice, guys. It takes those first steps of actually speaking, actually learning to listen. Another thing as well is physical touch. People will actually feel physical touch. Whoa, guys, I know you're all going, no, something is not going to touch me in the middle of the night and I am going to get freaked out. Don't worry, they're not going to touch you in the middle of the night and freak you out. They may, but the funny thing is you're not going to freak out. Whenever they physically reach out to you and touch you, it'll feel like someone is touching you, but there's nothing there. And you just like kind of like look and go, okay. They will never scare you. So it is never a scary feeling. They're not there to scare you. Another thing that you might also feel is almost like pins and needles or goosebumpies. But it's a little bit more intense than a goosebumpy feeling, because it's almost like pins and needles crossed with a little bit of goosebumps. Not intense than pins and needles, more intense than goosebumps. So it's a cross of these two things. You'll usually only feel it on one side of your body. So if it's going to be on your leg or it's going to be on your shoulder or your arm, it won't be on both. And it's not because you're sitting in a funny position either, okay? It'll be something that comes and you'll feel it and it'll leave. They're usually sending you a lot of love at that time. And to acknowledge that moment is a beautiful, precious thing to do. And it helps them acknowledge that and know that they're reaching out to you. You are actually feeling it and you are aware and you are awake at that time, spiritually awake. So my thing, how I know when spirit is around me and I'm communicating with them, is my ears. Okay guys, I don't know if you've ever heard people say like, you know, I've got this continuous ringing in my ears and I have to go to the doctor and the doctor can't stop it and I don't know what it is. I have this and I've had this, but it's not a continuous ringing. it is almost like it is a buzzing that comes and will go. Whenever I hear a buzzing sound, and think of it like frequency, like when you tune in a radio and then you get to in between the channels and it's got this like shh sound. It's exactly like shh, but it'll sound different, and it sometimes changes or vibrates a little bit. It's actually a frequency vibration in my ears, and this is what I hear whenever I start speaking about spirit. Right now, the moment we started talking about it, it happened. That frequency door will open, and when the frequency happens to me, I know the door is open and I can receive information from them. And this is what I love so much, because it helps me to connect to them more spiritually. And sometimes when they're trying to reach me and I'm offline, like my brain is just not functioning, then they will turn up the frequency quite loud. Or if something urgently needs to be told to me, it'll be quite like intense, and then immediately I'll be like, okay, let me go burn some stuff in my spirit room and find out what's the problem. And then yeah, that's how they communicate with me. And then that is also easy for me to know that the information that is coming through is not from me but from them. So everybody has their own way of doing it. Some people will actually have visions, or actually have in their meditation see images or pictures that come in. It depends on your talent, what you're born with. The main step is to start the journey of actually communicating with them, verbally speaking to them. Guys, that's what I've got for you today. So if you want to know more about spirit guides as well, I did another video where I discussed what the spirit guides are and why you have them. And there's more than one kind. They're all different. So I'm going to put the link in below so that you can learn more about them. There's a lot more to say, but you know, we only have that much time. So it'll also pop up on top here. You can just tap on it and go in and see, and start the communication with them, and then be open to it. And when you feel or pick up these little things, you start to hear the vibration. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're picking up a static vibration in your ears? This is frequency. You are spiritually tuning into higher realms, guys. This is an amazing thing. So pay attention. Learn to become quiet. Even going out there and listening to the sounds that are around you, even if it's for 1 minute, that's 1 minute of meditation. That's 1 minute of connecting. And in those moments, the door is open. And this is when you're going to start to learn how it works for you. It might be through dreams. It might be through actual little flashes that you get of images in your mind. It might be through feelings that you get and emotions. It might be through information that just, or like someone's talking in your head. You're going to find out your way. The first step, talk to them. Talk to them, and I'm going to thank them. Thank you so much, my spirit guides and all my people. And I also thank all the spirit guides on the other side of the camera, with the people and with you that you're watching me. I thank your guides as well, and help to open that doorway between your person, which is you, and them, so that you guys can help each other evolve on this beautiful spiritual journey that we're on. I wish that for all of you. Thank you so much, and thanks a million for watching. Hit the like thing, subscribe, the bell, you know the drill. Okay, thank you so much. Lots of love.